He'll wear a suit and tie when he needs to, but he doesn't look great. His casual clothing doesn't look terrible on him, at least not to the point where he looks like he's given up on life. He doesn't stand out, nor does he evoke any sort of emotional response. He doesn't impress anyone. He doesn't ostracize anyone either. The last sentence especially. He doesn't impress anyone, but he doesn't ostracize anyone either. I think that last sentence applies to most men because most of us, we are mediocre and we're more likable if we're mediocre. And we like to be liked. We don't like to be hated. We don't like to spark jealousy. We don't like to be ostracized. We don't like to be made fun of. And we don't like fingers pointed at us. We don't like to stand out. Mediocre is likable and we like to be liked. And I'm making this video as a message to you, but also a message to myself to stop being so likable all the time and stop trying to be so likable all the time. Go out into the world and be more of a dick. Just be more of a dick, be more unlikable, and get what you want out of life.
Level up!
The first thing I want to go over is this idea of you gotta be humble. I think we've all heard this growing up, and most people told us this as like, it's gonna be a good trait for you to have. You be humble. Now that I look at it more and look throughout society, I think more of what people were saying is like subconsciously, don't do anything too impressive that makes me feel uncomfortable. And if you do, just don't talk about it too much in my face or around me, because that would make me feel more uncomfortable. Like, just don't talk about your achievements or don't achieve too much. I think that's basically what people are saying when they're telling you to be humble majority of the time. And it seems like sometimes it's for their own emotional security, not for yours. I want to put it like this. I think we're afraid to get labels that we see placed on other people. Like, maybe you see famous people and you hear people around you talk about famous people or people that have achieved a lot. And a lot of times they might get called arrogant or narcissistic or mean or selfish or greedy. And you don't want to get those labels either. But I think sometimes we get so afraid of those labels that we just tuck ourselves in a little corner and don't express ourselves at all because we're afraid of, one, how others will feel as we progress, and we're afraid of the labels that we might get placed on ourselves. Like, people who speak highly of themselves can get called narcissistic. People who promote their product can get called salesy. People who make profits can get called greedy. People who speak honestly can get called mean. People who try hard to accomplish things can get called a tryhard. People who win and let it be known that they won get called not humble. But if you think about it, this whole list are things that are positive things looked at one way. If you speak highly, promote your product, make a profit, speak honestly, try hard, these are all positive things. But anybody in society can flip what you do into a negative. And I think we're worried about these negative labels getting placed on us when I think there's a time and place that it is, well, I'm learning now. I haven't really taken this into action as much as I should, but I'm learning that there is a time and a place to be very narcissistic. There's a time and a place to possibly be very greedy. There's a time and a place to be mean or salesy. And you got to pick that time and place that is right for you.
Okay, you ain't gonna do nothing, so I can get close to who I want to get close to. You ain't gonna do nothing, so I ain't worried. You ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't worried.
So I think there's many times and places that you should be doing more dick moves, but you're not, because you're afraid of how others will feel and you're afraid of the labels that might get placed on you. And also, your progress in this life is going to trigger somebody in some way, shape, or form eventually. The more progress you make, the more people are going to get triggered. And that means the more hate you're going to get, the more comments you're going to get, and and to some degree, you're going to be ostracized. You will not be able to comprehend the stories people make up in their head about other people just so they don't have to face themselves. The stories that people make up in their head to cut down other people that are doing better than them are elaborate and creative, and it's honestly baffling sometimes. And you will never ever really be be able to understand what's going on in somebody else's head. So to try and dwindle yourself so you're not getting the backlash of what's going through other people's heads is a large waste of time. If you're a very likable person, but you're very mediocre, it's probably because you're not ruffling any feathers and you're making yourself smaller. You're going to have to be more unlikable in this world to get things that you want.